So this is the commentary circuit being tested. Commentary circuit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, thanks very much. Standing by. But yes. Thank you. Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome once again to the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center, where you join us for further coverage from the 23rd edition of the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships. And what a day we have in store. Our focus of attention is going to be on Ring B. This is session 9B on day 5 of this biennial tournament. And the stakes continue to be raised because effectively any winning boxer from this round of 16 stage that gets through to the quarterfinals will earn at least $10,000 US. There's an $8.23 million prize fund for this particular event as we take a look at the round of 16 encounters that are scheduled to occur at 67 kilogram welterweight, 80 kilogram light heavyweight, 92 kilogram heavyweight, and 92 kilograms plus super heavyweight. So the $8.23 million that is available for the boxers here in Dubai 2025, the quarterfinalists will receive $10,000 US. For those who make it through to the top place on the gold medal rostrum, they will be $300,000 US richer. The prize, which will be split 50% for the boxer, 25% for the coach, and 25% for the federation. So life-changing opportunities here at the 23rd edition of the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships, and we're about to get things underway in session 9B here on Ring B.
Palestine and Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, on Ring B in bout number 235 in the elite men's under 67 kilogram welterweight contest. Introducing first your referee into the ring from Russia, Sergei Zhurkin. Introducing first into the red corner representing Argentina, Thomas Ian Casazza.
So the referee just making a final inspection of the ring, which has been cleaned and prepared.
Zaur,
the 67 kilogram welterweight boxers make their way towards the ring.
Your judges as follows: Cuba, Spain.
A reminder, we have 5 scoring judges seated all around the ropes arena using the 10-point must system. One boxer must score 10. Here is Ian Thomas Casazza, part of a 4-strong Argentinian boxing team, 20 years of age, and he has been really impressive so far. He started in a round of 64, and he's had 2 wins out of 2. There in the other corner is Gahramanov, part of an 11-strong Azeri boxing team. Our referee is Mr. Sergei Zhurkin of Russia. So we'll keep you updated as to the identity of the boxers as we go through this contest, but we are underway. It's action in the round of 16, the 67 kilogram welterweight division, and it's a contest between boxers from Argentina and Azerbaijan. The man wearing red, who's just taken a left hook to the body, but that is Ian Thomas Casazza in his 3rd bout here at Dubai 2025, 20 years of age. And in the round of 32, he beat the number 3 seed Jake Van Rooyen of Australia with a unanimous point decision verdict. The boxer wearing blue is Gahramanov, part of an 11-strong Azeri boxing team. And in the round of 32, he beat Sheikh Sharp of Gambia with a 1st round stoppage. An aggressive boxer, quick hands. Whereas Casazza, nicknamed La Cobra, is an entirely different type of boxer, loose-limbed, relaxed, as you saw with that movement in the pocket. And I've commentated on him previously, including here in his opening bout in the round of 64. Everything was from long and mid-range, turned shots under beautifully, had a wonderful cross to the body. There's a left hook to the body, but his right cross to the body was really impressive in the round of 64. Solid left jab landed by Gahramanov. So this contest principally taking place at short mid-range. Good left hook to the body, slung in by Gahramanov. Trying to bob and weave, but he's got to be careful he doesn't put that head below the belt line. Casazza, it's been spoken to about that already. There he takes a stiff right cross on the inside. Left hook which followed wasn't too far away, and on the exchange of left hooks, it is a standing 8 count against Ian Thomas Casazza. I'm not quite sure he's boxing the right contest here, because for a man who is a wonderful mover, he's taken uppercuts and then scored upon downstairs to the body. Difficult moments these for Ian Thomas Casazza. So Casazza just trying to re-establish the range, because the majority of the contest was fought on the inside. And now Gahramanov. There's another good left hook to the body once again from Gahramanov. And he's controlled this round very effectively indeed. So closing seconds of the opening round, a round where Gahramanov has boxed very well indeed. There's another cracking right cross over the low-held left of La Cobra, and that's a very good round of boxing produced by the man from Azerbaijan. Well, some of the action from the opening round, again, he just elected to stand in the pocket with Zaur Gahramanov. And eventually it was in that position where he was given a count. Terrific work and good variety demonstrated by Gahramanov, and that was the mid-range right hand that just inconvenienced Casazza. And as they went for left hooks at the same time, it was Gahramanov that landed first, and that's why he swept the cards. Judge number one returning a 10-8 verdict.
Seconds out. Round two.
So we're into the second round. Ian Thomas Casazza has got to try and overturn a deficit here after losing the first round unanimously. Looking for a left hook, the first punch out of the gate against a man who's got quick, accurate, heavy hands. Action remaining in the middle of the ring. He's been beaten to the punch on a rather consistent basis here, is Casazza. And again, just not taking his feet with him as he attempted that left-right combination. They ended up coming back via the kneecap, and his head was just open to be countered. Now, Gahramanov didn't take advantage on that occasion, but I'm sure that he will have processed that information. Nice movement in the pocket from Casazza to make his man miss, but not able to get back into position to attempt to make him pay. Oh, that's a good left hook to the body, and it's hurt Casazza. You see how the man has backed off and his hands are around his belt line, and another body shot is slung in. Well, Mr. Sergei Zhurkin taking a point off the card of Casazza for failing to keep his head up. He was spoken to on numerous occasions in the first round for dipping his head beneath the waistline of Gahramanov. So count in round number one. There's another right cross to the body, and it drops the hands once again. Casazza's facing a... Oh, that's a cracking right hand, my goodness. Casazza takes it well, steps back into the breach, but then another right cross drives him back across the ring. Left jab, left hook to the body, and right uppercut. And this is a terrific portion of the round for Gahramanov. Have to credit the toughness and commitment of this 20-year-old. His first appearance in an IBA World Boxing Championships. Gahramanov just scored with a rather clumping jab. Nice movement of the head from Casazza, showing that he's keeping his wits about him. Now he's turned to the southpaw stance. On the coming together, he switched back to orthodox. Good left hook to the body from Casazza, but then look at the price he's paid as the legs tangle on the inside. Gahramanov right back into the pocket and scoring effectively with a good variety of shots. Looking for the right uppercut through the middle. There's a nice left hook to the body from Casazza. Then a right cross over the top, but the heavier punches coming back from Gahramanov, and he's getting the better of these trade-offs. Oh, that's another good left hook to the body. Right hook upstairs from Casazza, who is really showing some commitment here, as he's demonstrating that he remains very much up for the contest and filled with competitive spirit. 10-second clapper in a round where he's been docked a point for failing to keep his head up, and Gahramanov just trying to unsettle him with that little bit of showboating to show that he's in complete control. 2 rounds completed, and both of them, well, I'm sure the second one's going to be unanimously scored in favor of Gahramanov as well. Terrific work to the body, and that hurt Casazza. Backed off after taking that left hook downstairs. Some terrific punches to the chin of Casazza, but he never stopped competing, Casazza, which is commendable indeed. So it's another clean sweep of the cards for Zaur Gahramanov. He leads 20 points to 18 for 4 of the 5 scoring judges. Judge number 1 returned a 10-8 verdict in the first round, making it 20-17 after 6 minutes of boxing.
Your third and final round.
So as we go into the third and final round, Ian Thomas Casazza is facing a really uphill battle here because he's lost the first 2 rounds unanimously. Zaur Gahramanov has kept his shape beautifully, remaining well within himself. Not that he's quite boxed in bursts, but he's picked his moments. And when he has come together with Casazza in the middle of the ring, well, he's invariably got the better of the trade-offs and wonderful right crosses. The second one came behind a stiff left jab. But there's evidence of the competitive spirit of Casazza. He knows he's trailing, and remember, the winner who progresses through to the quarter-final stage, the final 8 of the welterweight tournament, indeed all 13 divisions, will guarantee themselves at least $10,000 US, because the deeper you go into the tournament, the bigger the prize becomes, culminating with $300,000 US for those who are crowned champions here in Dubai. So just managing the clock here now is Gahramanov, and again exploding forward with an authoritative burst of punches, right cross, left jab. Casazza, well, he needs a stoppage here now. I mean, of course, he could have a massive final round with several knockdowns, but the most efficient, straightforward way to do it is he takes a right cross, which is to get his man out of there inside the distance. But there is a gap in experience, and Gahramanov has imposed his experience here during the course of this round of 16 bout. But what a right cross over the top from Casazza. He's continuing to compete, remain very much up for the contest, and reminding Gahramanov that he is indeed in a competitive affair. Even though the man in blue is in control, that was a little bit of a wake-up call. Right cross over the top from the incredibly competitive Ian Thomas Casazza, as Gahramanov is entering bout management mode. So again, just ensuring that he keeps the officials at ringside, the scoring judges and the referee happy, because you can see he's totally disengaged here now. Because by making it through to the quarterfinals, he will have designs on a run to the medal rostrum, and so he won't want to pick up a cut from a slashing shot or a clash of heads. Looks as though that objective is going to be accomplished from Gahramanov point of view. Very good display indeed. Set his stall out early in the first round, gave his man an 8 count, and then Casazza's problems mounted in the second round when he was docked a point for failing to keep his head up. Entered bout management mode in the third round, did Gahramanov, but credit to this man, Ian Thomas Casazza, just 20 years of age, and he really did compete with everything at his disposal in a bid to try and keep in contention for those US dollar cash prizes and indeed a run at podium glory. But I don't think it's going to go his way. He's probably conceded the final round unanimously as well. But invaluable experience earned by the Argentinian boxer. Let's get the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner from Azerbaijan, Zaur Gahramanov.
So, Zaur Gahramanov of Azerbaijan, a unanimous point decision victor, taking all 3 rounds for all 5 scoring judges. And he goes through to the quarter-final stage, at least $10,000 better off here now. And of course, that prize money will only increase if he can make it through to the medal stages. Some of the action from that contest, but again, we have to give huge credit for Ian Thomas Casazza for the manner in which he competed so spiritedly during the course of that round of 16 bout. 2 wins out of 3 for Casazza. He's enjoyed a really valuable experience here in Dubai.
On ring B, we enter the 236 contest in an elite men's under 67 kilogram welterweight bout. Introducing first your referee from Kazakhstan, Arman Berketbayev. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Guinea-Bissau, Mateus Barbosa da Costa. And his opponent in the blue corner representing Russia, Evgenii Kool. Introducing your judges from Algeria, Moldova,
So the boxers
Cuba,
for our next contest
China,
are from Guinea-Bissau and Russia. And there is Mateus Barbosa da Costa of Guinea-Bissau, 24 years of age. Got his professional career underway earlier this year. His opponent is Evgenii Kool, 23-year-old from Russia. Comes to the ring with a whole bunch of experience under his belt. In the round of 32 contest over in ring A, he scored a first-round stoppage over Kobawaka Pathmasiri of Sri Lanka with a devastating body shot, so he can certainly dig a way downstairs. And as for Mateus Barbosa da Costa, well, this, on the 5th day of the tournament, is his first bout of the competition, because he had a walkover over Stelios Tampouris of Cyprus in a bout that was scheduled for ring A. So he has to be aware that he doesn't get caught cold, whereas Evgenii Kool has already got used to the conditions here. We're underway. Round of 16 action in the men's 67 kilogram welterweight division is between boxers from Guinea-Bissau and Russia. And a man wearing red is 24-year-old Mateus Barbosa da Costa, part of a 2-man Guinea-Bissau boxing team. And again, progressing through to this round of 16 via a walkover in the round of 32 after receiving a bye in the round of 64. Oh, Evgenii Kool with a left hook to the body, and it is sunk Mateus Barbosa da Costa down to a knee, and he spat the mouthpiece out, and he's sunk down further like a crumpled jack in the box. Hasn't beaten the count. And for the second bout in succession, Evgenii Kool has scored a first-round stoppage with a body shot. Sumptuous punch picking, and Evgenii Kool, with less than a minute gone, is back to his blue corner and having his glove removed. A terrific performance from Evgenii Kool, imposing himself right from the outset, and without breaking a sweat, he has progressed through to the quarterfinal stage, securing the prize of at least $10,000 US, but he will have designs on a place on the podium. What a terrific punch. And Evgenii Kool just subduing his celebrations with his team, because Mateus Barbosa da Costa is still being tended to. But that was an absolutely sumptuous dig with the left hook to the body. So good to see that Barbosa da Costa is able to stand on his own 2 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, the bout was called to a halt in round number 1 for your winner by knockout. In the blue corner, representing Russia, Evgenii Kool.
So Evgenii Kool declared a first round KO victor over Mateus Barbosa de Costa. Had to wait 5 days to get his tournament underway, and then had the dubious privilege of sharing the ring with the 2021 national champion. And this is how it happened. Single body shot, delayed reaction, and the pain just swept over the man's entire body, having that debilitating effect. Unable to beat the count, and that sends Evgenii Kool through to the quarterfinals, where he will face off against Zaur Gahramanov of Azerbaijan.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter bout number 237 in the elite men's under 67 kilogram welterweight division. Introducing first your referee from Moldova, Valery Pastuhov. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Kyrgyzstan, Almaz Orozbekov. And please welcome his opponent into the blue corner representing Armenia, Hovhannes Bachkov.
So over to the red corner.
Your judges from
Kyrgyzstan's
Serbia,
19-year-old
Kazakhstan,
Almaz
Croatia,
Orozbekov,
China and Zimbabwe.
tournament number 7 seed, come to the ring with professional experience. Participated in the World Boxing World Championships in Liverpool earlier this year. Here in ring B, he beat Bernardo Marime of Mozambique on a 4-3 split that went to bout review, hence the 7 judges' scores considered. A back and forth contest for the 2025 Asian Under-22 silver medalist. And at that aforementioned World Championships, it took the estimable Erislandy Alvarez of Cuba to beat him on a split decision in the second preliminary round. So there is Almaz Orozbekov, and up into the blue corner, right next to my commentary position, is the familiar figure of Hovhannes Bachkov, 33 years of age now. And here in ring B at the round of 32, he beat Wiseman Kavondo of Kenya with a second round stoppage. A very impressive display indeed for the man who has claimed 4 consecutive World Championship bronze medals. They were all at light welterweight between Hamburg 2017 and Tashkent 2023. Here he's competing at 67 kilogram welterweight on the global stage for the first time. The World Championships for the first time. So we're underway then. This is the contest between boxers from Kyrgyzstan and Armenia. The man wearing red is Kyrgyzstan's Almaz Orozbekov, just 19 years of age, getting to work behind straight punches, coming to this round of 16 encounter after a very good performance in the round of 32 to prevail over Bernardo Marime of Mozambique in a really hard-fought to and fro affair. Good right hand over the top from the man tucking up tightly behind that familiar high-held guard, and that is Hovhannes Bachkov, one of the most outstanding IBA 3-round boxers of his generation. Educated pressure is his hallmark, and he's looking to continue the outstanding career that he's had with those 4 consecutive World Championship medals. Of course, when he started winning World Championship medals back in Hamburg 2017, I was ringside to commentate on that tournament, and prize money was yet to be a thing. It certainly has been for the editions of 2021 in Belgrade, Serbia, where he took a bronze, and his most recent run to the podium in 2023. And here the prize money has increased even further as he goes right hand to the head and a burst of punches to the body. And I just get the feeling that Orozbekov is being drawn into Bachkov's type of bout here. You can see he's the taller, longer boxer, but he's finding Bachkov living in his chest, trying to re-establish the gap. Takes another left hook to the body from Bachkov. Drives in a right cross and then changes angles in front of his man to dig a left hand to the body. Terrific. Oh, that's a cracking reverse 1-2. The right hand came first and the left jab snapped the head back of Orozbekov. And he's really working the body effectively. Orozbekov surely should be looking to employ movement here in a bid to keep this man off and snake out that long left jab. Easier said than done, of course, but he's electing to hold his feet as he takes another corkscrew left hand. And Bachkov, as he has done so often throughout his IBA career, just steadily dialing up the pressure. Here's a left uppercut. That was a nice shot a few moments ago from Orozbekov, and then he putting his punches together, but effective defense with the gloves from Bachkov. Still, the glove buffeting into his face to redden the right side of it, and he's continuing to explode out of that crouch. Nice movement from Orozbekov, just to turn the tables to get to the space of center ring. Beautiful right hand in between the gloves, followed by a shot to the body, but then now he's getting to work with the jab, Orozbekov, and just looking to find some precision on his punches. Very good response from Orozbekov after the middle portion of the round. Saw Bachkov drawing him into a close range contest. Very good adaptation in the closing stages for the man from Kyrgyzstan, but has it been enough to turn the round in his favor? Because I think that the man in the blue corner, Hovhannes Bachkov, got the better of the majority of the round before that adaptation towards the end, where Orozbekov just began to keep some room between himself as an opponent and his opponent by snaking out that left. But for the majority of the 3-minute session, it was Bachkov in that type of territory, corkscrew left hand, dropping down to the body, showing his variety and the art of pressure front foot boxing. I think it's enough to take the round. Remember, we have 5 scoring judges using the 10-point must system.
Seconds out.
Clean sweep of the cards for Hovhannes Bachkov in that first round.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round. Now, will Orozbekov be able to maintain the mid and long range boxing that he demonstrated towards the end of round number 1? Here in round number 2, he's trying to do exactly that by flicking out a jab to begin the session. Bachkov just remaining concentrated, but there a left jab snaked in between his gloves. Very active lead left hand to begin this second round from Orozbekov. And at the moment, he's doing a good job of keeping Bachkov at bay. He's remaining in the space of the ring. He's not retreating to the ropes as he did in the opening round. Very difficult to maintain boxing in a space though when you've got a man just continuing to apply pressure. And now Bachkov does back him up towards the ropes and is beginning to blast away to the body once again. Can Orozbekov get back to the space of center ring that he began the first minute of this second round with? Oh, that's a good left hand to the body. It just doubled over Orozbekov. Then a right hand comes over the top, followed by a left hook. It's physical on the inside. Forearm going in from Orozbekov as he pushes his man off to try and re-establish the gap. Again, looking to establish those long, straight shots to maintain some distance between himself and Bachkov. But Bachkov into his territory once again. Left-hand successor, snapping the head back of Orozbekov. And now he's got him near the strands once more. Inconveniencing Orozbekov. His gloves are forced to touch down. And the action resumes. Now, Bachkov losing his footing and almost coming into contact with a referee. Good left hook to the body again from Bachkov. Nudging right hand over the top from Orozbekov. And again, Bachkov simply will not leave him alone. Really have to credit Orozbekov for the manner in which he's trying to maintain a gap between himself and his opponent But Bachkov there all the time, right cross to the body. Left hook to the head is a grazing shot. Now he's totally square on the ropes, directly above my commentary position. Gets off the ropes, but he only retreats to another set on the other side of the ring. And this is Bachkov's wheelhouse all contest long. He will relish boxing in there. Orozbekov trying to meet and match him in that regard. But surely he's playing right into the game plan of Hovhannes Bachkov. Tokyo Olympic bronze medalist down at lightweight. Remember, there's different or fewer weight divisions in the Olympic Games nowadays, so he had to make that invidious choice as to whether to come down or come up, and he dropped down in Tokyo to come away with another podium finish as an Olympic bronze lightweight medalist. And here he is up at welterweight and looking incredibly strong, conducting himself in his customary manner, getting into his territory and digging away with arcing punches to both head and body. Well, again, you have to credit Orozbekov. He made the adaptation at the end of the first round in a bid to try and maintain some space between himself and his opponents. Tried to begin the second round in that vein, but the more we got through it, the more he was able to grind his way into his preferred distance, Hovhannes Bachkov. Again, I think it's enough to take the round, but Orozbekov certainly did better. From his perspective, he needs to convince 3 of the judges, because I don't think he's done enough to win it unanimously, but he perhaps does deserve a share of the round for the success that he was able to enjoy. But Bachkov, again, once he gets into his range, is a very accurate punch picker.
Seconds out.
So Bachkov has edged it on a 3-2 split, judges 1 and 2 preferring the work of Orozbekov. And he just needed to do a little bit more, because now what that means is that Bachkov leads 18 points to 20 going into the final round. If Orozbekov had been able to convince one more judge that he did enough in round number 2, then we would have 3 tied scores of 19 points apiece. But as things stand, we only have 2 tied scores of 19 points apiece, which means that Orozbekov needs a massive final round if he hopes to progress through to the quarter-final stage. So he knows the mission. We have IBA live scoring here. Nice right uppercut underneath and a right cross over the top. Bachkov just keen to initiate a clinch, and look at the way he held on to the ropes to keep his man pegged against them. So Orozbekov being driven backwards after he enjoyed a good portion of the round. Bachkov, such a competitive boxer, knew that he was put on the end of a good shot, so he goes in search of his get back. So what can Orozbekov do to try and make Bachkov go backwards, be inconvenienced? He certainly possesses that in his locker, but his preferred mode of operation is to get on that front foot and test his opponent's mettle. So can Orozbekov keep the man away from him, push him back behind stiff straight punches? Because right now Bachkov is right where he wants to be, up close and personal with Orozbekov as the left hand gets through defenses to snap his head back. And it's another toe-to-toe bout at present, and this suits Bachkov down to the ground. Right hook attempted around the corner, but Bachkov so comfortable in this type of territory. Orozbekov, again, I think he did his best work when he was able to maintain a gap between himself and his opponent, but here he is practically pinned in Bachkov's corner, and the 2 men are standing toe-to-toe and demonstrating the art of infighting. What a left uppercut from Bachkov. Good shots down to the body, and he's putting more leverage on them. There's a right hand over the top, landed with a bent elbow, and this is a terrific portion of the round for Bachkov. Sustained pressure that lasted for around 20 seconds, getting the better of the exchange. Good left hook to the body once again, and look at how it doubled over Bachkov. Orozbekov comes back with a right hand of his own. He's certainly in the contest and in the round, but he's not doing enough to win it. So what's the problem here? I think it's the belt line is no longer visible, and when you're in with a boxer like Bachkov, who works the body so effectively, and you need to see that belt line to help determine whether a blow is fair or foul. So despite being in a commanding position, there has been no let-up from Bachkov, putting punches together beautifully in the closing stages. Orozbekov trying to fire back, but the bell sounds to conclude round number 3, and that a very good display from the man in search of his 5th consecutive IBA World Championship medal here. 4 consecutive bronzes for Hovhannes Bachkov, down at light welterweight. Here he is up at welterweight, a new division, and he looks like the same guy, just a bigger, stronger version. Now, Almaz Orozbekov, just 19 years of age, remember, has acquitted himself very well indeed, but I think it's going to be a clean sweep, unanimous decision verdict in favor of the man in blue. He really responded well in the second round, did Orozbekov, but in the third round, Bachkov restored the dominance that he demonstrated, or restored the superiority he displayed in the first. Let's get the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision, in the blue corner representing Armenia, Hovhannes Bachkov.
So Hovhannes Bachkov, a unanimous point decision victor, and by the look of those scores, he took the final round unanimously. After a terrific response by Almaz Orozbekov in round number 2 to take a share of it, just got edged out 3-2, but a very impressive, efficient performance from Hovhannes Bachkov, and he goes through to the quarter-final stage, at least $10,000 richer, and he will have designs on yet another victory to make it a quintet of consecutive World Championship medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, your scheduled contest between Belarus and Serbia has been declared a walkover. Advancing to the next round will be Vadzim VAUCHOK of Belarus in the red corner. On ring B, we now enter the 239th contest in the elite men's under 80 kilogram light heavyweight division. Introducing first your referee from Serbia, Jovana Ugranovic. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Russia, Dzhambulat Bizhamov. And his opponent in the blue corner representing Kazakhstan, Yerassyl Zhakpekov. Your judges for this bout are from Zimbabwe, Cuba, Iraq, Moldova, and Kyrgyzstan.
So there is the man from Russia over in the red corner. We prepare for a classic IBA boxing rivalry. Dzhambulat Bizhamov, part of a full-strength Russian boxing team, comes to the ring, the 24-year-old, as the tournament number 3 seed. Over in the blue corner, 23-year-old Yerassyl Zhakpekov.
Round 1.
So this is action in the 80 kilogram light heavyweight division. It's action, it's a contest in the round of 16 between boxers from Russia and Kazakhstan, two powerhouse nations in IBA 3-round boxing. The boxer wearing red, Dzhambulat Bizhamov, 24 years of age. And at the 2021 World Championships in Belgrade, I was ringside to see this man claim World Championship silver, winning 4 contests out of 5 in the Serbian capital. That was down at 75 kilogram middleweight. This is at 80 kilogram light heavyweight. As recently as last year, he was still winning medals at 75 kg. It was a European silver for the man from Russia. The boxer wearing blue, Yerassyl Zhakpekov, is the reigning Asian champion at 80 kilograms from the most recent edition last year in Chiang Mai in Thailand. He prevailed on a first-round stoppage over the man from Burkina Faso, Ebenezer Zugrana. As for Dzhambulat, he took out Tavita Malupo with a body shot in the 3rd round. So neither man has gone the distance yet, progressing through to the round of 16. And each man facing more experienced opposition than they did in their round of 32 encounters. Counter left hand not too far away from Bizhamov. So Bizhamov is switching his stance to orthodox here now. So the watching and feinting continues on the edge of range. Nice scoring right cross from Bizhamov. Left cross to the body in response from Zhakpekov. Zhakpekov continuing to look for that left hand downstairs. Zhakpekov continuing to reach for that straight left to the body. Neither man looking to work on the inside. Wonderful counter left hand from Bizhamov. The one who broke the standoff and stare down was Zhakpekov, and he was running to a wonderful rapier-like left. Both men operating behind low-held guards here now. Very skillful round of boxing in this opening 3 minutes. And the counter-punching successes out of the orthodox stance could well have been enough for Bizhamov to take the first round. At least that's how I saw it. Zhakpekov had success with his own shots down to the body. And it's a 4-1 split in favor of Bizhamov. Judge number 4 preferring the work of Zhakpekov.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So we move into the second round. Good left cross driven into the body by Zhakpekov. Conceded the first on a 4-1 split. He's continuing to target the torso of the slightly taller man. And again, I'm rather surprised that particularly Zhakpekov isn't looking to work away on the inside. When the boxers find themselves in that territory, they're just content to lean on one another and wait for the referee or their own gentleman's agreement to break from that coming together. But looking to keep it at long range and time his man as he advances is Bizhamov. There's been a quickening of the tempo from Zhakpekov, the southpaw in blue. Drives in a good left hand to the body. There he's looking for an uppercut on the inside and looking to free his hands now and find some scoring punches at close range. Left hook around the corner to the body wasn't too far away from Zhakpekov. Hitting on the break from Zhakpekov is against the rules. So, more entanglements at close range here in this second round. It's becoming increasingly physical. And if either boxer could take advantage of the opportunities that are presenting themselves here on the inside, well, it could well be a profitable point of attack. Good burst of punches to the body from Bizhamov. But you get the impression that it's Zhakpekov who's more ideally suited to that type of work, as turning southpaw once again is Bizhamov. He scored with a wonderful right jab a few moments ago. So back in the southpaw stance after spending the majority of the contest as an orthodox boxer. So he's having success out of the southpaw stance with the right jab. Now he's turned back orthodox once again, just covering up and walking away from Zhakpekov, who was looking to get to work on the inside. And Zhakpekov has got to improve his accuracy here. In the opening round and for portions of this round, he has worked effectively behind the left cross to the body. But increasingly, the boxers finding themselves in this type of territory, and neither man has been able to free their hands and work away downstairs with any consistency. Sneaky left hand over the top, followed by a right jab from Zhakpekov. Plenty of support in the house for Dzhambulat, Zhakpekov. And on the 10-second clapper, both men picking up the punch output. So the second round in the books. Zhakpekov started more quickly, but his accuracy just seemed to decrease as we got deeper into the round. I'm not sure that he's done enough to take it. Remember, he conceded the first on a 4-1 split. He certainly did better in this round, but has he done enough to take it? It was a good response from Zhakpekov to come out and target the body of Bizhamov, and he did pick up the punch output in the start of the round. But his accuracy just appeared to decrease compared to the start of the round. But he's done enough to take it for 3 of the 5 judges. And look at those scorecards. Because of the distribution of scores, we have 4 scores that are deadlocked at 19 points apiece.
Your third and final round.
So we move into the third and final round in this round of 16 encounter in the 80-kilogram light heavyweight division. And it has all come down to the final 3 minutes in this classic IBA boxing rivalry between Russia and Kazakhstan. Beautiful straight shots exchanged, but oh, that's a cracking left hand, and it completely staggers the man from Russia, and he's got to show the referee that he's okay. Bizhamov trying to get some control back over his legs. He steals a furtive glance to his corner in a contest where we have scorecards 2 through 5 deadlocked at 19 points apiece. After Bizhamov took the first round 4-1, Neri takes a left uppercut, right hook, and now the momentum has totally shifted in the direction of Zhakpekov of Kazakhstan. Neri gets through with a piercing 1-2. The left cross was a beauty. And Bizhamov, having shipped an 8 count from some cracking punching on the inside, has got to try and turn things in his favor. He's got vocal support in attendance here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center. Will he be able to harness their energy? He's digging away to the body, trying to find his range upstairs as well. Overhand left from Zhakpekov. And the Kazakh fans making their presence felt as well. Ask any boxer who had, well, I suppose the business pleasure of competing in COVID, as a 2-shot salvo is effective for Zhakpekov, but the boxers will tell you, I suppose any athlete from any sport will tell you, that it's totally different when you're competing in silence. And the fans here certainly playing their part as a good left cross snakes through for Zhakpekov, but the fans playing their part in trying to raise the energy levels and inspire their boxer. Good work to both body and head from Bizhamov. And there are torrid exchanges taking place. Each man having success as another left hand checks the chin of Bizhamov from Zhakpekov. Zhakpekov keen to hold on. Doing well to retain his stance during that bull rush is Bizhamov. The referee taking control of the proceedings and telling both boxers to tidy it up. 30 seconds remaining in what has been an incident-filled final round. All square, 19 points apiece for 4 of the 5 judges, and Zhakpekov landed a cracking combination to completely scramble the senses and turn Bizhamov's legs to rubber in the start of the 3rd round. There's the 10-second clapper, jolting right jab once again, and another one. Burst of punches to the body from Bizhamov before taking a 2-shot salvo from Zhakpekov. What a contest, and nice to see that respect between 2 decorated IBA boxers. A terrific affair in the 80-kilogram light heavyweight division. And this one is going to the scorecards. A reminder of the context. Judge number 1 had it 20 points to 18 in favor of Bizhamov. Judges 2 through 5 had it 19 points apiece after Zhakpekov responded to edge the 2nd round 3-2. Now at standing count, remember that won't necessarily be a 10-8 round in IBA boxing. Which way is this one going to go? It could well be split. And remember, if we have a 3-2 verdict, it will go to bout review. This one could be very interesting indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision. In the red corner,
and it is
Bizhamov.
Dzhambulat Bizhamov has prevailed on a 4-1 split decision victory over the man from Kazakhstan. And he can feel, well, he's going to rue the one that has got away from him here, because he rallied magnificently. Did Zhakpekov. Gave the man a count in the 3rd round with a cracking combination. And again, that won't necessarily result in a 10-8 round, but he's been edged out on the final round 3-2, and I think it could have very easily gone the other way, which would have made things very interesting indeed. But he's been edged out in the final round, and he will consider himself a little unfortunate. It's Dzhambulat Bizhamov who goes through to the round of 16 after a torrid 2-way battle in the 80-kilogram light heavyweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we entered the 240th contest in the elite men under 80-kilogram light heavyweight division. Please welcome firstly into the ring the referee from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Tina Politan. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Kenya, Robert Nehemiah Okaka. And his opponent in the blue corner representing Tunisia, Youssef RAFRAFI. Your judges at ringside are from Uzbekistan, Croatia, Russia, China, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
So there is Robert Okaka, part of the Kenyan hit squad, here through to the round of 16 after a 4-1 split decision victory over the experienced figure of Anton Vinogradov of IBN Estonia. His opponent over in the blue corner is Youssef RAFRAFI. He, with a unanimous points decision victory over Alexander Malinovskis of Latvia over in ring A in the round of 32.
Round one.
So we're underway then. Action in the round of 16 in the 80-kilogram light heavyweight division. It's an all-African continental affair between boxers from Kenya and Tunisia. The boxer wearing red is 26-year-old Robert Okaka, competing in his second consecutive IBA World Boxing Championships, 4-1 split decision winner over Anton Vinogradov. That was a really impressive victory over in ring 8. Lost the first round on a 4-1 split, but came back to take rounds 2 and 3 to progress through to the round of 16. And there's a good right cross over the top over the man wearing blue, and that is Youssef RAFRAFI. Multiple national titles from youth to the senior levels, and he a unanimous point decision winner over Alexander Malinovskis of Latvia. Flashing left hand landed by Okaka. You can see the length of limb that he possesses. Right hand wasn't too far away once again, and is able to snake in these jabs without reply by keeping the movement going. So RAFRAFI is going to have to try and do something to close the gap. Got himself into territory where he can land punches now, but he didn't look to work on the inside. And again, there's that jab once more, trying to quicken his feet. Here's RAFRAFI, but he's been touched up to the body several times with that long lead left, and that's an understatement because it is an extraordinarily long telescopic lead left. There, Okaka just bringing the right cross into play. Looking for the right hand over the top is RAFRAFI. Scoring with the jab once again is Okaka. Rather telegraphing his attacks there and not taking his feet with him. RAFRAFI evading. Not evading because the punch wasn't thrown, but he's trying to think his way into his own distance here. But he's wary of what's coming back because there's a wonderful right cross landed at mid-range with a bent elbow by Okaka. Timing his man very effectively through this first 2.5 minutes of the contest. RAFRAFI with a forward foray, but not effective with his attempted combination. So RAFRAFI trying to get his punches together, but look how disruptive that left jab to the body is. There's a raking right cross landed from practically his own corner, and RAFRAFI was in the middle of the boxing ring, ribboning out those punches from the shoulders, as another left jab just inconveniences RAFRAFI. I think that's a very clever display in the first round by the Kenyan hit squad member Robert Okaka. Scored consistently behind a raking left jab. Constantly just pecking and poking with it to the torso of RAFRAFI. Some of the action from that opening round.
Seconds out.
Clean sweep of the cards for Robert Okaka. 10-9 verdicts returned from all 5 scoring judges.
Round 2.
So we're moving to the third round. And Youssef RAFRAFI has got to do something different from what he was able to demonstrate in the opening round, because Okaka got himself into range with punches such as that scoring jab, whereas RAFRAFI never found his distance with any type of consistency in the opening 3 minutes. Right hand not too far away again from Okaka. Looking to play counter-puncher is RAFRAFI, but his feet aren't getting him within range. He's going to have to make some type of adaptation here. Maybe a 2 or 3 phase attack, try and draw the lead and then present a change of angle. All easier said than done, of course. There's a solid jab landed from RAFRAFI, but look at Okaka. Tighten up those lengthy arms to dig away to the body on the inside. 2-shot salvo downstairs from RAFRAFI. Right hand over the top causes RAFRAFI to grimace, and he's backing off. I think he's been hurt by that shot because he stopped punching as he takes a left hook around the corner, and now he's keen to initiate a clinch. So during that trade-off near the neutral corner, there was a visible grimace discernible on the face of RAFRAFI, and he got on his bike just to disengage from the onrushing Okaka. There's a right hand over the top from Okaka. Right hand from RAFRAFI threatens to strain to rabbit punch territory. RAFRAFI holding on to the top rope with his left hand, not looking to work away. Okaka spoken to about holding on. He won't want a point deduction as he digs in good shots to the body, and RAFRAFI, oh, what a right hand! It spun around RAFRAFI and decked him near his own blue corner. There's the 10-second clapper, indicating that we're at the closing stages of the second round. But a peach of a punch detonated by Robert Okaka to deck Youssef RAFRAFI. So, stalking his man as another right hand partially blocked from Okaka. Excuse me, it wasn't the 10-second clapper for the end of the round. It was to help the referee with the timekeeping of the count. So still plenty of time left for Okaka to try and inconvenience his man once again. So Okaka remaining patient and not getting greedy, but there he looks for the right cross once more. And there's the bell to conclude an incident-filled second round. Robert Okaka uncoiling a cracking right cross, landing it right on the button and sending Youssef RAFRAFI to the floor for a count. Now again, that won't necessarily result in a 10-8 round, but is it possible to land a better 1-2 than that? Wonderful shot selection demonstrated by Okaka.
Seconds out. Your third and final round. So,
as we move into the third and final round, both of the opening rounds have been scored unanimously in favor of Robert Okaka, including a 10-8 verdict return from one of the judges in round number 2. Oh, there's another solid right cross, and that has brought about a response, and another one checks the chin of RAFRAFI. He's having to get on his bike and disengage to allow his senses to recover, and Robert Okaka setting about his man with real purpose here. And RAFRAFI just trying to maintain a poker face and get his senses back together. But Okaka continually, patiently walking his man down, and there's another combination that brings about a standing count. RAFRAFI desperately trying to get some dynamism and control into his legs, bouncing up on his toes to try and regain his coordination. Bravely, he sprints back into the breach, but I think it's a case of playing possum here. Looking threatening in a hope that Okaka stays away from him, but there's another right cross. And Okaka uncoiling these everlasting arms to land punches from another neighborhood. Exchange of jabs, solid left hand. from RAFRAFI. Looking for that right hand over the top once again. And RAFRAFI finding himself in a really tricky position here now because he needs a massive final round. And that means he's got to go after his man, which increases the possibility that he could walk onto a shot. And Okaka hasn't really boxed much on the back foot in this contest. He's been just controlling the distance and the tempo of the bout behind a terrific left jab. And there's another right hand over the top. Same right hand that he used to drop RAFRAFI in round 2. Oh, that's a right uppercut underneath for the second standing count of the third round. The third count overall because of that terrific right cross that dropped RAFRAFI in round 2. And the referee has waved it off. And exploding in jubilant celebration is Robert Okaka, the man from the Kenyan hit squad, carrying out a hit job here at the round of 16 to progress through to the quarterfinals and secure himself, his coach, and his federation at least $10,000 US. A really impressive display of accurate, powerful punch picking. Set his man up by touching him to the body in the opening round. Uncoiled a devastating right cross in the second round to send him to the floor. And then in the third round, 2 standing counts, forcing the referee to intervene and wave the proceedings off. A really efficient, effective, impactful performance from Robert Okaka and the man from the Kenyan hit squad, letting everybody know that Kenya are in the house. He romps his way through to the round of 16 and will have designs on the medal podium. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls stop the contest during round 3. For your winner in the red corner representing Kenya, Robert Nehemiah Okaka.
So Robert Okaka giving thanks after prevailing with a third round stoppage over Youssef RAFRAFI. Wonderful to see that respect between the boxers and the opposing coaches. Youssef RAFRAFI competed spiritedly, but he simply could not get to grips with the everlasting range and reach possessed by Robert Okaka. And it's the man from the Kenyan hit squad who goes through to the round of 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we now enter the 241st contest in the elite men's under 80 kilogram light heavyweight division. Introducing first your referee from Kyrgyzstan, Jamilia Barkova. Introducing first into the red corner representing Australia, Zachary Brown. And his opponents in the blue corner representing Armenia, Artush Hovhannisyan. Your judges at ringside from Zimbabwe, Kazakhstan, Iraq, Serbia,
so there is
and
Australia's
Cuba.
Zach Brown, a 20-year-old, taking up residence in the red corner. Progressed through to the round of 16 after beating Pravesh Kumar of IBN India on a 4-1 on a victory to get him through. This 27-year-old Antush Hovhannisyan. He prevailed over Brandon Gonagon of Cameroon on a 4-1 split in a hard physical bout right here in Ring B.
Round one.
So we're underway then. Action in the round of 16 in the men's 80-kilogram light heavyweight division between boxers from Australia and Armenia. The man wearing red is 20-year-old Zach Brown, part of an 11-strong Australian boxing team. From Warrior Fights Boxing Club, scores with a good right hand to the body, but he's warned for punching illegally to the rear of the man in blue's back, and that is Antush Hovhannisyan. He part of a 13-strong Armenian boxing team, a boxer in each of the weight classes being contested here. And the contest against Brandon Gonagon of Cameroon was a really hard, attritional contest. Prevailed on a 4-1 split. Undefeated professional, having made his debut a few years ago. 6-0 in the pro ranks, but he's focusing on 3-round boxing at the moment as a good left hook gets around the corner to the body from Brown, but he's retreated to his own corner. Right hand not too far away from Hovhannisyan. Good right hand dug into the body by Hovhannisyan, operating as a southpaw. A solid right jab from Hovhannisyan out of that southpaw stance. Good defensive with Hovhannisyan behind high-held gloves. And he's finding the range with his right hand out of this port-sided stance in the form of uppercuts on the inside and attempted straights that are landing with a bent elbow. Backhand rather telegraphed from Zach Brown. Good work to the body from Zach Brown. A two-shot salvo beneath the elbows of Hovhannisyan. Hovhannisyan looking to walk his way back into distance again. Two-shot combination not too far away from Zach Brown. But he's been put under pressure here as a ripping right uppercut. Snaps his head back and the referee intervenes to give a standing count. The pressure being applied by Antush Hovhannisyan, paying dividends. Because Brown finding it a challenge to keep the man off. So will Hovhannisyan continue to press Brown, trying to keep him at distance by extending straight punches. Back to the ropes once again. Hovhannisyan launching a big backhand, and Brown going from the ropes to the corner and then to the other set of ropes. Perhaps got to try and find space in the ring. He's looking to use ring center now. And now complaining about a rabbit punch. Bit of bad body language coming from Zach Brown. Bell not too far away as another uppercut wasn't too wide of the mark from Hovhannisyan. So first round in the book, and I think that will be the man in the blue corner who takes the opening round. Some of the action from the first, and there with the right uppercut which snapped the head back of Zach Brown, forcing the referee to intervene and issue an 8 count. So unanimous verdict returned in favor of Antush Hovhannisyan. 10-9 for all 5 scoring judges.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So both boxers keen to re-enter the fray to get this second round underway. Antush Hovhannisyan took the opening round unanimously, gave his man an 8 count, and there's a solid left jab as Hovhannisyan beginning the second round as an orthodox boxer. After spending a large portion of the first round in the southpaw stance, there's a right cross to the body, roundhouse right in response from Zach Brown. Brown with good punches, both body and head. It was a trade-off, and there's a counter left hand once again as Hovhannisyan switches southpaw, and that's where he enjoyed most of the success, principally based on front foot pressure. Here he's marching his man back to the corner once again, and Zach Brown in a really bad ring position. Referee speaking to him about keeping his head up. He won't want a point deduction for that infringement, but again, his back was against the corner post. There was nowhere to go. He's got himself back to the space of center ring now, and he's trying to drive Hovhannisyan backwards, and that's good to see. So that 1-2 attempted by Zach Brown had a little bit of a languid quality to it. It could well have been right for a counter, but he kept the attack going, and Hovhannisyan wasn't able to pick him off. Right hand attempted by Zach Brown, and he's taking up much more positive ring position now. Is Brown working the body effectively, managed to evade the right uppercut that came in his direction. Backhand is a scoring shot from Hovhannisyan. Good right hand to the body. Zach Brown trying to put his punches together, and it's resulting in a trade-off in the middle of the boxing ring. Solid right jab landed by Hovhannisyan to snap the head back of Zach Brown. Zach Brown spinning off the line on this occasion, and that's good to see rather than going backwards directly towards the ropes or the corner. Tidy tangle takes Hovhannisyan over the top rope. Jolting left jab on the resumption as a solid right hand out of the orthodox stance, followed by a right hand to the body from Hovhannisyan. Just changing angles and different looks in front of his man, but a good straight left landed by Zach Brown. Brown trying to drive right hands into the body and launch scything punches to the torso of his opponent. So spoken to again as he resumes the action with an overhand right of the looping variety, Zach Brown. So Hovhannisyan just shaping with the right hand, but not committing to it. Left jab to the body was close, followed by the single right hand lead. Good response that by Zach Brown. Conceded the opening round unanimously, took an 8 count. And he made a concerted effort to spend less time in the corner and on the ropes. At least that's what it seemed to me here ringside. I'm not sure that it's enough to take the round, but it's certainly a better performance by Zach Brown. Letting Hovhannisyan know that he's in a contest, and it's really good to see that adaptive strategy that was implemented by Zach Brown after the corner. Must have told him to change the tactics after he spent so much time on the perimeter of the boxing ring in the first. And his improved performance has been rewarded for 2 of the judges. Crucially, from his perspective, if he could have convinced 1 more, then we would have had 3 tied scores of 19 points apiece. So he needs a massive final round now.
Your third and final round.
So too much moisture on the face and body of Antush Hovhannisyan. As we move into the third and final round. And Zach Brown has come out with real purpose to begin this final frame. Both men exchanging right hands. Hovhannisyan operating as an orthodox boxer. He has shown a tendency to switch during the course of this contest. A clever counter right hand catches Zach Brown after he was made to miss. From my perspective, it seems as though Hovhannisyan has enjoyed more success out of the southpaw stance. That's when he was able to push Zach Brown back. But of course, Zach Brown has made a determined effort. He lands a good right hand with HOVHANNISYAN on the ropes, and we haven't seen the man from Armenia in that position too often in this contest. Again, you have to credit the change in approach that Zach Brown has been able to bring. And there's a right hand which just inconvenienced HOVHANNISYAN. Cracking punch over the top from Zach Brown, who really is going in search of the big final round that he needs, trailing 20 points to 18 for 3 of the 5 judges. Both men just getting in a bit of a tangle on the ropes. Corkscrew right hand. Now, what's going on here? Has a cut been sustained? I think there might be a damaged nose or cut to the right eye. Just trying to keep an eye on the referee. I think she has bumped her knuckles together, indicating that this injury, which has been sustained by HOVHANNISYAN, is being caused by an accidental clash of heads. So if this injury causes the contest to be stopped, we'll be going to the scorecards. So the action resumes, approaching the halfway stage. Zach Brown got his way back into things. Just edged in the second round. 3-2 after losing the first unanimously. Really did turn things around. But he needs he needs a much bigger final round effort here, and to his credit, he is going in search of it. HOVHANNISYAN now back as a southpaw, where for my money he enjoyed his best success in rounds 1 and 2. But the referee calling time again. And she said that this has been caused by a punch. And that is the peril that boxers face when they sustain a cut, because the cut which has been caused by the clash of heads, unless this is another injury, a separate injury, but the referee has made a fist into an open palm gesture to the technical official ringside. So if this injury causes the bout to be stopped, Zach Brown will progress through to the quarterfinals, RSCI. Desperate moments now in the final minute and change for HOVHANNISYAN, because he's got a determined opponent in the form of Zach Brown to deal with, and the inconvenient adversity of a cut to deal with. He won't want the referee to call for the doctor again. So HOVHANNISYAN, what does he do? He's got to keep himself out of harm's way. Perhaps he'd be advised to turn back to orthodox now, to turn that cut further away from the flashing fists of Zach Brown. And you can see it's a cut in a really bad place. The flow of blood could be obscuring his vision. And we have a firefight in the middle of the boxing ring in this contest to determine who will progress through to the quarterfinals. Dramatic sensation here in round number 3 as HOVHANNISYAN, persisting as a southpaw despite putting the injury closer to the weaponry of Zach Brown. The clock continues to tick. Oh, and he's just opening up that cut, and both men hitting on the break. HOVHANNISYAN, oh my God, now what's happening here? If he's got himself a warning, oh my goodness, can you believe it? Is it going to be a warning each way? Yes, it is. So they cancel each other out. It's come down to the boxing. But an incident-filled third and final round here in this round of 16 80-kilogram light heavyweight encounter. Antush HOVHANNISYAN sustaining a significant cut to the right eye in the final round. On the first inspection of the doctor, the injury was declared a clash of heads. When it was inspected again, and I don't know if it's a new cut or the same cut that has been worsened, but it was a fist into the palm. HOVHANNISYAN got by the doctor's inspection on that second inspection. And then a firefight ensued. Point off either way for the blatant disregard of the rules that they showed in the closing stages of this hard-fought contest. Now, Zach Brown may well have taken the final round, but has he done enough to take the contest? Remember, he trailed 20 points to 18 for 3 of the 5 scoring judges. Hard-fought affair, that one. I happen to think the man in blue overall deserved to progress, but it was a terrific response from Zach Brown in rounds 2 and 3 after conceding the first unanimously when he spent so much time on the ropes and in the corners.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision. In the blue corner, representing Armenia, Artush Hovhannisyan.
So Artush Hovhannisyan progresses through to the quarter-final stage after prevailing in a hard-fought physical affair for the second consecutive contest here at Dubai 2025. Zach Brown, talented 20-year-old from Australia, deserves immense credit for the manner in which he competed. But in many respects, he and his team may well feel upon reflection that they conceded the opening round by the ring position that he adopted. Really did adapt to good effect in rounds 2 and 3, but a classic case of too little too late. But surely he will learn immensely from that and come again in the future. That's perhaps the clash of heads which caused the injury. Well, it was to the right eye, so that was on the other side. But a hard-fought affair, and it's Hovhannisyan who progresses.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter the 242nd contest in the elite men's under 80 kilogram light heavyweight division. Please welcome firstly the referee from Moldova, Valery Pastuhov. Introducing first into the red corner, representing St. Lucia, John Didier. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Spain, Gachi Magomed.
So they're the 5 scoring judges for this contest. They hail from Cuba, Algeria, China, Azerbaijan,
Your judges are from
Kazakhstan.
Cuba, Algeria, China, Azerbaijan, and Kazakhstan.
Well, the man already testing the canvas is John Didier. 19 years of age, part of a 2-strong St. Lucia boxing team. Here in the round of 32, he prevailed over Ben Ali Ofana Musa by a 3rd round disqualification. It was an unusual foul-filled affair, and there is 30-year-old Gazi Magomed Jalilov, the tournament number 2 seed. In the round of 32, he beat Abubakar Mutabia of Uganda with a 2nd round stoppage.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. 80 kilogram light heavyweight action in the round of 16. The winner goes through to the quarterfinal stage and secures themselves at least $10,000 US for making it through to the last 8. Part of the multi-million-dollar prize fund. $8.23 million on offer here at Dubai 2025. Good work to the body from the man in red. And that is 19-year-old John Didier of St. Lucia. Was ringside at Budva, Montenegro last year for the World Youth Championships where he was competing. Here he is on the senior stage, and there's a wonderful 2-shot salvo to the body, followed by a snaking left uppercut and a clever left hook against the tournament number 2 seed. And that is Gazi Magomed Jalidov, 30 years of age. To the ring in search of another run to the World Championship podium. Bronze medalist in Tashkent 2 years ago. Olympic quarter-finalist in the delayed Tokyo Games. Good left-right over the top off the back foot from Jalidov. Inaccurate with the overhand right. It was the crook of the elbow that threatened to catch Didier. Oh, these are two tall, athletic light heavyweights, and they're spending quite a fair amount of time in this posture on the inside. Holding, and neither man looking to work, and despite the previous talking to, the same posture was adopted on the resumption immediately. And I think it's Didier that's perhaps the slightly more guilty party in that regard. Remember, there is a gap in age and experience as the right hand left hook disrupts the boxing stance of Didier. And referee Mr. Valery Pastuhov issuing an 8 count. Didier jumping on the spot with some calisthenics to show the ref that he's okay and keen to continue. But I think he's got his hands full here as the teenager. Oh, there's another solid left, catching Didier as he was advancing, but he took the shot well. As another right uppercut and left hook not too far away. And then a left hook, well, it's landed with the inside of the glove, but it sent Didier to the canvas. And even though it's not a legal shot, he will have certainly felt it. And again, it's Didier clamping the left arm of Jalidov to his torso. Well, he's rather telegraphing his intentions. Didier, even though he did get through with the right cross. Right hand not too far away from Jalidov, and then he's working the body effectively before coming back with a left hook to the head, and there's another left hook on the bell. That is a rather dominant round of boxing from Ghazimagomed Jalidov. One suspects it's going to be a clean sweep of the cards. I wouldn't be surprised if a 10-8 verdict is returned. So plenty to ponder over in that red corner for the St. Lucian boxer. There's a right hand left hook that caught him on an open chin. The referee optimally placed, administering an 8 count.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So a clean sweep of the cards, 10-8 verdict returned from judge number 3 as we move into the second round, and the holding resumes right at the start of the contest. Good work to the body and finishing on the left hook once again. An overhand right catches Didier on the temple, and he's holding on once more, trying to allow his senses to recover, because I think one of those temple shots could well disrupt the balance. But Didier, he's in a really difficult position here now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues in this vein, that a point gets deducted for excessive holding. He's in against an Olympic quarter-finalist, and it took the estimable figure of Imam Katayev to... Oh, there's another right hand which wasn't too far away. Didier just spun away from it, but it took the estimable figure of Imam Katayev to prevent further progress in the Tokyo Olympic Games. Katayev taking him out with a stoppage in the third and final round. Didier coming back with a right cross to the body, followed by a left jab. And there's a nice left hook upstairs from Didier, but there's a bit of a disparity in the velocity of the punches. As a cuffing left hook gets through on the inside, and hugging his man once again is Didier, and I think he's walking something of a tightrope here. And there's a right hand, and then a corkscrew left gets through, and Didier's becoming disorganized. Well, it's rabbit punch territory, because I think Didier was a man who turned his back, and Didier, well, his movements have slowed dramatically here in the second round, and the movements will decrease, as will the speed, when energy levels dip. Good left hook to the body, followed by a 2-shot salvo to an open jaw, and Didier looks utterly exhausted as he takes his second standing count of the contest. Minute remaining in round number 2, and it's going to be a very long minute to try and make it back to the sanctuary of that red corner for John Didier. Jalidov lands another clumping left hand. Gamely, Didier trying to fight back, but you can see the jab continually snapping his head back. He's in real trouble, disorganized. The third standing count comes in, and I wouldn't be surprised if this contest is curtailed and waved off right here. And there it is, 2 8 counts administered in round number 3. And the referee, Mr. Valery Pastuhov, electing to call this one to a halt with 36 seconds remaining in round number 2. It is Ghazimagomed Jalidov, the tournament number 2 seed, who goes through to the quarter-final stage, at least $10,000 richer now. But what an incredible experience for John Didier to compete here on a senior world championship stage just a year after he was competing in the World Youth Championships in Budva, Montenegro. And that is why his coaches just encouraging him over in that red corner. He's met an opponent with far more experience. Remember, he's a bronze medalist from the previous edition, is Jalidov. And again, that is his intention and stated mission here now. So let's get the official particulars that will confirm Ghazimagomed Jalidov as the winner by stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring 2. Referee calls the stop to the action during the second round for your winner. In the blue corner, representing Spain, Ghazimagomed, Shamilov, Jalidov, Gafurova.
So Ghazimagomed Jalidov, tournament number 2 seed, a second round stoppage winner over the talented teenager John Didier from St. Lucia. His tournament comes to an end here at the round of 16 stage, but invaluable experience gained by John Didier. We'll no doubt see him again on the global stage, but it's a tournament number 2 seed, Ghazimagomed Jalidov, who goes through to the quarterfinals.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we now enter bout number 243 in an elite men's under 92 kilogram heavyweight contest. Introducing first the referee from Russia, Sergei Zhurkin. Please welcome into the red corner, representing Spain, Emmanuel Reyes Pla. And his opponents in the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Nurmagomedov Yusupov. Your judges for this contest are from Croatia, Serbia, Kyrgyzstan, Zimbabwe,
There is the
and
familiar figure
Turkmenistan.
of Emmanuel Reyes Pla, the tournament number 3 seed in the 92 kilogram heavyweight division. Bronze medals, testament to his status as one of the very best heavyweight boxers in the world over the 3-round format. Consistent, continual success in global competition for the 32-year-old. Part of an 11-strong Spanish boxing team. Prevailed on a first-round stoppage of Narfuz Jafoev over in ring A in the round of 32. Opponent in the blue corner is Nurmagomedov Yusupov.
Round 1.
And he's the man, who prevailed over Narfuz Jafoev in ring A with a devastating first round stoppage. This is 92 kilogram heavyweight action between boxers from Spain and Kazakhstan. A man wearing red, just finding himself against the ropes, is Emmanuel Reyes Pla. It's day 5 of Dubai 2025, but it's his opening day of the competition. 27 boxers making up the heavyweight bracket. And so he, as the number 3 seed, receiving a bye in the round of 32. And it was Youssef who scored a devastating first round stoppage over Zhakpekov in ring A with a right hook finish in the opening round. There's a left-right combination from Reyes Pla. So Reyes Pla just seeking to establish his distance against his taller opponent. Youssef. Trying to work behind that raking left jab that he possesses. So Reyes Pla digging down with the left hook to the body. Reyes Pla content to operate behind low held hands. Each man right hand over the top is what Reyes Pla was in search of, couldn't quite find the range. So looking to work body then head. Youssef. First round in the book. Both men taking a look during the course of this first 3 minutes. Each man enjoying success. I think that the man in the red did the slightly better work. And Reyes Pla taking it on a 3-2 split.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So into the second round. So Youssef trying to up his tempo here. Reyes Pla doing a good job keeping the movement going. So just feinting on the edge of range. Good left hook to the body, and look at how it doubled over. Momentarily at least, Youssef now adopting a different posture. He's just creeping forwards over the front foot, trying to close the gap, but Reyes Pla showing good composure and footwork to maintain the gap between himself and his taller opponent. Left jab is a reverse 1-2 from Reyes Pla, followed by another right hand over the top, and Reyes Pla enjoying a terrific portion of the round, just pecking and poking to pile up the points, not really putting any pop onto his punches. At 92 kilograms, a shot landed with leverage, and you're going to feel it. Youssef just struggling to find his own range, and there was more power put onto that right hand to the body. So beyond the halfway stage of this second round. Reyes Pla, Olympic bronze medalist, took a World Boxing World Championship bronze earlier this summer. Has already claimed a World Championship bronze from the edition in 2021 in Belgrade, Serbia. Opening his account here. Happy by 2025, but showing no signs of ring rust, despite having to wait till day 5 of the competition to get things underway. Good right hand to the body from Youssef. There's another body shot, this time from the left flank. Seeing that movement is such a prominent part of Reyes Pla's repertoire. All that investment in body shots pay off and slow down the man from Spain's movement. Good counter right hand to the body from Reyes Pla. The body slamming together there. And I'm not quite sure if he was celebrating his success as he exhaled his cheeks, or if it was the impact of the 92-kilogram Zhakpekov slamming into him. And of course, they were both coming forward at the same time to double up the impact. For second round in the books. Remember, the first was taken on a 3-2 split in favor of Reyes Pla. Now, I happen to think that the man in red did the better work in round number 2 as he began to find a home for his jab and work the body effectively. But how will the scoring judges see it? So Reyes Pla taking the second round on a 4-2 split. So interesting scorecard going into the third round because of the distribution of scores. Reyes Pla leads 20 points to 18 for 2 judges, but the other 3 judges have it all square, 19 points apiece. So as we move into the third and final round, Reyes Pla, the Olympic bronze medalist from the Paris Games last year, the World Boxing World Championship bronze medalist from earlier this year, in the IBA World Championship bronze medalist from Belgrade 2021. Finds himself in a 3-minute shootout against the heavy-handed Nurmagomedov Youssef of Kazakhstan. The first round, or both rounds, have been won by Reyes Pla. The first one by a 3-2 split. He began to find his range much more effectively in the second as Youssef lands a good left hook to the body just a few moments ago. What a corkscrew left hand, really pushed off the back foot and found a range with it effectively. Youssef looking for the right hand on the front foot. Reyes Pla looking to counter. So he could find himself in the unusual position of winning the first 2 rounds, Reyes Pla, but yet still losing the contest on a 3-2 split. From his perspective, he just has to convince one of those judges who have it deadlocked at 19 points apiece, judges 1, 2, and 4, that he does the better work here in the round, and he will progress on a 3-2 split as he scores with a good right hand to the body. But remember, bouts that are 3-2 automatically go to bout review, and then the scores of the observer and the evaluator will be considered as well. Counter right hand not too far away. Just losing his shape a little bit as he came forward on a charge, Youssef. So a minute remaining in this third and final round of Youssef, going for a big backhand, couldn't find the range. Reyes Pla tying him up. And it's Youssef who was spoken to about dipping his head. So I think a moment of quality could well be decisive here. Reyes Pla hasn't managed to re-establish the range and shot selection that served him so well in round number 2, which he took on a 4-1 split. Again, inaccurate with the left-right combination. And on the resumption, the men finding themselves increasingly entangled at close range. Both men going for backhands, and Reyes Pla keen to initiate another clinch once again. Is he entering bout management mode in the belief that he's got this one in the bag? But he would be aware of what's the status of the contest. Left hook not too far away from Youssef as Reyes Pla going in search of a check hook. And there's the bell to conclude the contest. Going to be interesting, that final round of scoring. Now again, I happen to think that the man in red has done enough overall, but those scorecards could make it very interesting indeed. I think he did the better work, but a reminder of the context: 3 tied scores, 19 points apiece, 2 scores of 2018 for Reyes Pla. So let's get the verdict. I think the man in red has done enough. What say the judges?
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision. In the red corner, representing Spain, Emmanuel Reyes Pla.
So Emmanuel Reyes Pla declared a 4-1 split decision victor over Nurmagomedov Yusupov of Kazakhstan, and the tournament number 3 seed goes through to the round of the quarterfinals. Secured himself at least $10,000 US. Very effective in the second round. A little more physical in the third round. But Yusupov not able to establish his range on a consistent enough basis to make life difficult for the Spanish boxer. And it's he who goes through. There was the moment of confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we enter bout number 244 in the elite men's under 92 kilogram heavyweight division. Introducing firstly your referee from Spain, Jose Juan Romero Hernandez. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, representing Australia, Leo Nicholson. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Armenia, Narek Manassian. Your judges for this bout are from Iraq,
Australia's
Moldova,
Leo Nicholson,
Kazakhstan, Cuba, and Zimbabwe.
Strong Australian boxing team, and in the round of 32 over in ring A, he scored a heavy first round knockout over Zabani Moyo of Zimbabwe. That's how he's progressed through to the round of 16. The 29-year-old. And he'll be facing off against Narek Manassian over in the blue corner. Man who comes to the ring in search of yet another medal. The 2023 World Championship bronze medalist. And in last year's European Championships in Belgrade, he came away with continental silver. Wasn't able to contest the final, losing by walkover against Muslim Gahramanov of Russia, who's been installed as the number 2 seed here.
Round one.
So we're underway then. This is action in the 92 kilogram heavyweight division between boxers from Australia and Armenia. The man wearing red is Leo Nicholson, 29 years of age. He one of 11 of the Australian boxing team. The man who's just landed a left jab in between the high-held gloves of Leo Nicholson is Narek Manassian, part of the 13-strong Armenian boxing team, a boxer in every weight, and he's looking to set about his man to both head and body right from the outset. It's the round of 16, day 5 of the competition, but Manassian progressing through to this stage by virtue of a walkover. Michael Schuster of the Cook Islands not able to make it to the ring in the round of 32 contest. Looking to penetrate the defenses of Manassian is Nicholson. Manassian keeping him pegged near the ropes as he works body then head. Roundhouse right after the jab between the gloves may have snuck around the left glove for Nicholson. So Nicholson up on his toes now. But Manassian is a really effective pressure fighter, pressure boxer. There he lands with a good right hook to the body, followed by an uppercut through the middle, and now he's got Nicholson pinned in his own corner, and this is in Manassian's wheelhouse as he seeks to work away at short range. So spoken to about the roughhouse tactics is Manassian. Big swing and a miss with a roundhouse right from Nicholson. So Nicholson just trying to push his man back behind straight punches. Circling his man is Manassian. And there's a good overhand right. Didn't set it up with the jab. And to say he's had to wait 5 days to get his tournament underway, Manassian finding his range pretty consistently through the first 2 minutes of this opening round. Solid jab is a scoring shot from Manassian. Nicholson catching the gloves and the forearms with his attempted response. Right uppercut, not too far away, but good work from Manassian. Nicholson fires back to make it a two-way trade-off. Probably hitting on the break from Manassian. No complaints from Nicholson, but he finds himself pinned in Manassian's corner, and he's being cuffed to both body and head, and the final right hook prompting the referee to intervene and issue an 8 count. Closing seconds of this opening round. You can see he's breathing heavily, the left side of his face reddened. But now he's back to the corner to gain some respite and receive some instruction after he surely must have conceded the opening round, punctuated by taking that 8 count. Manassian was able to pour his way forwards and set about his man. No doubt done enough to take the round. The question is, will any 10-8 verdicts be returned? Not because of the 8 count, but remember, it's 10-9 for a close round, 10-8 for a clear winner, 10-7 for total domination in 3-round IBA boxing.
Seconds out.
Clean sweep of the cards for Manassian, judge number 3, returning a 10-8 verdict.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round. And Narek Manassian, he's highly decorated, global and highly decorated boxer on the world and continental stage. Took the first round unanimously. First commentated on Narek Manassian at the 2014 Youth Olympic Games. In that tournament, as he works the body beautifully and rips a right uppercut through the middle, that causes Leo Nicholson to just back off a little bit. But in Youth Olympic Games, you have to box for bronze. So I was ringside in Nanjing as a left-right combination pushes Leo Nicholson back, and he's keen to hold on because he's got to gain some respite after being touched up by those heavy, accurate punches from Manassian. And in that Youth Olympic Games bronze medal bout, it was against Vidal Riley, and the two of them combined to produce one of the most competitive contests you could ever wish to see. Neither man taking a backward step, just teenagers at that time, remember, but showing the fighting spirit that has served them so well. Vidal Riley currently going great guns over in the cruiserweight division. Good work to the body from Leo Nicholson. The final right hand may have strayed low, but that was 11 years ago over in Nanjing, China, where I first commentated on Narek Manassian, and it's been wonderful to follow his progress and have the privilege of commentating on him ever since. Left hook, right hand, not too far away from Manassian. Leo Nicholson trying to get to work behind a sharp shooting left jab. But he's got to get busier with that lead left stick, because when no jab is coming, it just allows Manassian to creep into range, and now he's got his man right where he wants him. A left-right combination brings about a second standing count of the contest. So Leo Nicholson showing the referee that he's okay and remains up for the fight, but the referee has seen enough, and the second 8 count results in Leo Nicholson being stopped here in round number 2. So, very spirited effort by Leo Nicholson, but the greater depth of experience by Narek Manassian was brought to bear during the course of this contest. Absolutely no quitting Leo Nicholson, but Narek Manassian knowing a little bit too much for him at this stage of their respective careers. Hope to see him on the international stage again, and we're going to see Narek Manassian at the quarterfinals. Let's get the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls stop the action during round number 2. For your winner, representing Armenia in the blue corner, Narek Manassian.
So Narek Manassian declared a victor by way of second round stoppage, and again, wonderful to see that sportsmanship between the boxers and the opposing coaches. All of these contests here in Dubai being fought in a wonderful spirit. It's Narek Manassian through to the quarter-final stage, and he'll have designs on making it back to the medal podium, just as he did in Tashkent 2 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we now enter the 245th bout in the elite men's under 92 kilogram heavyweight division. Introducing firstly your referee, representing the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Saleh Abel Khail. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, representing Greece, Vakhid Nanitsanyan.
So they're the judges for our next contest. 5 scoring judges using the 10-point must system.
And his opponents in the blue corner, representing Tonga, Unalutu Tuinau Havea.
So over to the red corner is Vakhid Nanitsanyan.
Your officials at ringside from Uzbekistan, Algeria, China, Kyrgyzstan and Croatia.
Here in ring B, he beat Abdullah Antonio Bu with a first round stoppage. Excuse me. This man prevailed over Daniel Lockstein of Germany. Lockstein suffered a cut left eye. It was this man who produced the first round stoppage. There is 26-year-old Vakhid Nanitsanyan, in the blue corner is 24-year-old Onoloto Javier. And he was a man in a hurry in the round of 32, setting about Abdullah Antonio Bou of Lebanon to get his man out of there inside the opening round. And it was at the 29-second mark that the contest was called off. Comes to the ring as the 2025 Oceania Championship silver medalist. That continental event from September of this year. And Zanyan has also enjoyed continental competition over the course of his decorated career. As we're underway, 92-kilogram heavyweight action between two experienced heavy hitters. The boxer wearing red is Vakhan Nanit-Zanyan, 26 years of age, part of a 6-strong Greek boxing team. And the man wearing blue is Onoloto Javier, 24 years old, and he one of two making up the boxing team from the Pacific island of Tonga. So just looking to establish his distance behind straight shots is Nanit-Zanyan. Just a little short with his overhand. Left-right attempted. Here's Javier. That's a good right hand to the body from Nanit-Zanyan. Right hand in response was attempted by Javier. A little closer with that right hand lead to set up the following combination. Sneaky right hand over the top once again from Javier, but then he's just inconvenienced by a hard right cross over the top, and then the right hand to the body is called a kidney punch around the rear of the back and not the front of the target area. So Javier looking to launch that backhand, not much evidence of a jab. Brings the right hand over the top once again. Clumping left hands exchanged. I think Nanit-Zanyan was a little more authoritative, and then he drops down with an effective shot to the body. But Javier, as he takes a solid left hook, disrupted his boxing stance, and I think he's just been buzzed a little bit by that. Still fully committed to this overhand right that he's launching, but he's not looking to measure his man and set it up with the jab, and he's throwing it from out of distance, and he's not really finding a home for it. And there's nothing more fatiguing in a boxing ring than letting your hands go and not landing on anything. All of that force from the back foot, just swinging and missing at nothing but the night air, as he's done right there again. And after making him miss, Nanit-Zanyan was keen to try and make him pay. And that's a wonderful left-right combination. A very impressive round of punch picking from Vakhan Nanit-Zanyan, and I think he's done enough to take the first round. So Nanit-Zanyan establishing his range and distance more immediately and more effectively, more consistently than Javier, who was hit solidly a couple of times the more we got through the round, but his offensive attempts seem to be limited to overhand rights. He's conceded the opening round unanimously. 10-9 scores returned from all 5 scoring judges.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So moving to the second round, Onoloto Javier conceded the opening round across the board. He was launching most of his offense from out of range. And they were all single phase attacks as well. Once the overhand right fell short, there was no follow-up, there was no jab. And so over the course of the 3 minutes, Nanit-Zanyan was able to establish his own distance and pile up the points en route to a unanimous first round in his favor. So what can Hovhannes do differently? That was something more akin to a two-phase attack as he went left, right, left. I just wonder whether he's beginning to feel the pace here now. The gum shield visible as he's breathing through an open mouth. And again, picked off by a jab, and his counter's off the mark. That right hand was a little closer on the attempted counter from Hovhannes. Now he's looking to play counter punch up. You see everything is just being put into that single overhand right. And the footwork has got to go with it so that he's in range. Again, inaccurate with the overhand right, sailing harmlessly over the shoulder of Nanit-Zanyan. So Nanit-Zanyan, inaccurate on that occasion, but overall I think he's controlling things pretty effectively here as he lands with a stiff right cross. Leaping left hook, catches Hovhannes, and a standing count issued against the man from Tonga. Showing the referee that he's okay, but he's still got practically a minute to make it through this round. And again, could be one of those boxers who's at their most dangerous when they are perhaps at their most vulnerable. I'm not suggesting that he is at his most vulnerable right now, but he has been touched up by a scoring shot. See his movement slowing here now. And again, look at the energy expended, but no accuracy behind his work. It's almost as though it's a last roll of the dice because his movement is slowed, his balance has been betrayed, and another leaping left hook brings about the second 8 count of the second round against Unatolo Hovhannes. Referee looking closely into his eyes. Is an injury's been sustained as well. I think a bit of damage to the nose perhaps. And this has been a fantastic second round of boxing. The left hook bringing about 2 standing counts. Credit to Unatolo Hovhannes, because fatigue seemed to envelop him pretty drastically during the course of round number 2. Clear second round in favor of Nanit-Zanyan. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 10-8 verdicts returned. 2 standing counts, and this man, his energy levels dipped precipitously. We take a look at some of the action from round number 2. So 10-8 scores returned across the board.
Seconds out.
And Vakhid Nanit-Zanyan in complete control.
Your third and final round.
So as we move into the third and final round, Unatolo Hovhannes takes another right hand as the third round gets underway. There's a disparity in international experience. Absolutely nothing wrong with the competitive spirit or commitment of Hovhannes. There's another left hook land. That's the shot that brought about 2 standing counts in round number 2, and that left hook to the body caused Hovhannes to clamp his right elbow to his ribcage. He's felt that shot and has the pain from the body shot dissipated. But by keeping that elbow down against his torso, that leaves the chin open, and the left hook has proved to be a really profitable punch. As another one, right hand to the body, left hook to the chin. It brings about the third standing count of the contest, and the referee could well decide to call time on this one. And there it is. Unoloto Havea stopped in the third round after taking his third 8 count of the contest, and it was the left hook that paid huge dividends for Vagkan Nanitsanyan of Greece. Brought about 2 standing counts in round number 2, and a third 8 count proved decisive and terminal to the efforts of Unoloto Havea, the 2025 Oceania Championship silver medalist. Spirited effort, fully committed, always trying to compete, but his accuracy simply couldn't be found consistently tonight, and he was unable to pose problems that made life difficult for the man in red. But he competed with everything that he had. His tournament comes to an end here in the round of 16 after a terrific experience on the global stage, where he certainly made an impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, referee calls a stop to the contest in round number 3. For your winner in the red corner, representing Greece, Vagkan Nanitsanyan.
So Vagkan Nanitsanyan, a third round stoppage winner to go through to the round of the quarter-final stage, where he will face off against the tournament number 3 seed, the hugely decorated, multi-global bronze medal winning Reyes Pla, as those two will box for a place in the final 4. And this is how Nanitsanyan did it. 2-8 count in the second round, 1 in the third, to halt the game. Spirited effort of Unoloto Havea of Tonga. So a spot of housekeeping, because he is at the bottom of the draw, is Nanitsanyan. It's Manassian who is facing off against Reyes Pla at the quarter-final stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B in the 246 contest, we have the elite men's under 92 kilogram heavyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Uzbekistan, Uktam Bazarov. Introducing first into the red corner, representing Cambodia, Abdullah Rajapov. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Russia, Muslim Gadshi Magomedov. Your referees from Croatia, Serbia, Turkmenistan, Cuba, and China.
So over to the red corner is Abdullah Rajapov, part of a 4-man Cambodian boxing team. And even though it's day 5 of the tournament and we're in the round of 16, this is the first bout of the tournament for Rajapov. Received a walkover over the man from Gabon, Symphorian Muandat. So he's yet to open his account, but that's also the case for the man who will be emerging from the blue corner. But that's by virtue of his number 2 seeding. So there is the 23-year-old Rajapov Abdullah. And over in the blue corner is the tournament #2 seed, the reigning, defending world champion, the reigning European champion, Muslim Gahramanov.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. Opening bout of the tournament for both of these boxers in the 92-kilogram heavyweight division. This is between boxers from Cambodia and Russia. And the man wearing red is Abdullah Rajapov. Received a walkover at the round of 32 stage after the man from Gabon was unable to make it to the boxing ring. He part of a 4-strong Cambodian boxing team. The man wearing blue, just circumnavigating the ring, takes a good right hand to the body, is a man who needs no introduction if you're a fan of IBA boxing, because he's the reigning world 2-time champion, having taken gold medals at the edition in Yekaterinburg in 2019 and in Tashkent 2 years ago. He took European Championship gold at the edition in Belgrade last summer. And in the Tokyo Olympic Games, he took the iconic figure of Julio Cesar La Cruz to prevent him from claiming Olympic gold. He came away with an Olympic silver. And in the professional ranks, he's boxed his way to a world title in the Bridgerweight division. Bridgerweight introduced recently between cruiserweight and heavyweight. 224-pound limit. As a 6-0 pro, he has ascended to that strap in pretty quick time. Now he's up on his toes and just trying to establish his jab. Remember, he received a bye in the round of 32 by virtue of his seeding at the bottom of the draw. Good left hand to the body, but the leaping left hook was countered immediately by a flashing left-right from Gahramanov. For a man of his stature, he really is a fantastic mover, Muslim Gahramanov. Up on his toes. Remember, it's his 92-kilogram heavyweight boxing, but he glides around the ring with the grace of a boxer much lighter, much smaller. Left-right combination, so the left jab thud into the body, the right hand to the temple. Wonderful double left jab in between the attempted defenses of Rajapov. Gahramanov just gliding across the road before turning the tables, and he's receiving plenty of encouragement from his teammates and compatriots in the house here at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center. Wonderful left hand, hooking off the jab, Gahramanov, and when he's in this type of dynamic mode and mood, well, he's very difficult to beat. Almost impossible to catch. And again, evading his man. Trade-off of shots that are rather flailing. Neither man particularly accurate, but Gahramanov having the final word with that left-right combination to the body. Some of the action from the opening round. Which was one for Magomedov, in my opinion. He established his distance and his timing more effectively. A couple of good shots to the body and a flashing left hand upstairs there during a trade-off for Rajapov. But I think overall the man who did the better work was Gahramanov. 10
Seconds out.
Return from all 5 scoring judges.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round. Muslim Gahramanov taking the first round unanimously. Rajapov gonna have to try and figure out some way to close the gap. Left his feet there with a leaping left hook when he attempted that in the opening round. A 1-2 combination was on the counter in a blink. Three-shot combination from off the ropes, followed by another whipping left jab from Gahramanov, who is able to expand and contract the distance so effectively atop that footwork that he possesses. Scores with a good right hand to the body, does Rajapov, but it was a case of one and done. Have to credit to him, he knows what he's doing and he's trying to do the right thing, not too far away with that attempted overhand right, but then turning the tables. Here's Gahramanov and lands with a spearing left-right combination. Keen to continue to work on the inside. Rajapov not heeding the referee's command of stop. Oh, that's a cracking right cross landed by Gahramanov. Didn't seek to follow up, and he's just continuing to present angles and different postures and looks to Rajapov. He comes forward on a bull rush, got his man against the rope, but then the right hand body shot ended up going long, and he caught Gahramanav's ribcage with his forearm. Cracking left-right combination once again. This one shot on a downward trajectory. Gahramanov controlling the distance very effectively. In and out with the feet. Leaping left hook not too far away from Rajapov. Trying to get Gahramanov in the corner. Tables turned once again. So the feinting just on the edge of range. The deadlock broken by Gahramanov, but he couldn't quite find the range. There's a left jab which snaps Rajapov's head back. And he simply cannot get into distance because Gahramanov does not stop moving. Very, very difficult mission indeed against the man who is the reigning two-time IBA world champion. Now he's on the back foot and maintaining the gap between himself and his opponents. 6 minutes of boxing completed, and I think both, well, the first round certainly was scored unanimously. I think the second one will be scored similarly. Cracking right cross uncoiled by Gahramanov.
Seconds out.
So a clean sweep of the card for the second consecutive round in favor of Muslim Gahramanov.
Your third and final round.
So as we move into the third and final round, Muslim Gahramanov, in his opening bout of the tournament as the #2 seed, has taken both of the first rounds unanimously. Credit to him, because Abdullah Rajapov of Cambodia takes a left uppercut, came out hard charging in a bid to try and do something different and turn things in his favor. That's an illegal shot around to the kidneys from Rajapov. But from his perspective, well, that's why the referee's there to implement the rules. He has got to land leather on something, try and make life uncomfortable for the defending champ. Not really stepping back on the break, Rajapov. Gahramanov, such a composed individual. Overhand right, not too far away from Rajapov, who is continuing to bomb away with that backhand. Clumping overhand right landed once again, and it's physical on the inside. So Gahramanov spoken to about keeping his head up. Heavyweight boxing, of course. once you get up, well, you can take your pick, but once you get up amongst the bigger boxers, but particularly at heavyweight and super heavyweight, these divisions, more than any other in IBA style boxing, indeed any form of boxing, capable of turning a contest on its head with a single shot. Here's another clumping left hook landed by Rajapov, but he's inaccurate with the follow-up right and was picked off by Gahramanov. He's retreated to the neutral corner. Did he feel that left hook? With another flashing, scything hook from the left hand. Just glanced his chin. Now he's looking up at the big screen there, but because the Jumbotron projecting images to the audience, the left hook to the body is a wonderful shot from Gahramanov. And I'm not sure that Rajapov has recovered. But by looking up at the big screen, he can see that's action from ring A, which certainly would throw your mind for a loop if you're trying to figure out where you are and how long's left. But good success on the resumption from Rajapov, but wholly inaccurate with the attempted overhand right. He really has given it a go, has Rajapov. But Gahramanov, in what is the opening contest for both of these men of Dubai 2025, Gahramanov not missing a beat. The two men just coming together. Closing seconds of the round. Very good display indeed to open his account for Muslim Gahramanov. And the defending two-time champion, the tournament #2 seed, will go through to the quarterfinals. There he will face off against Greece's Vagkan Nanit-Zanyan for a place in the medal stages and the not inconsequential matter of increased prize money, because by winning here, Gahramanov has guaranteed himself at least $10,000 US. Let's get the official verdict at the conclusion of the contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Russia, Muslim Gahramanov.
So Muslim Gahramanov taking all 5 rounds for all 3 scoring judges. Wonderful to see that respect between the boxers. And the tournament #2 seed goes through to the quarterfinal stage. Very comfortable over the course of the 3 3-minute rounds. Huge credit must be paid to Abdullah Rajapov, because he really did give it a go, particularly in the 3rd and final round when he was trailing 20 points to 18 for all of the 5 scoring judges, but just not able to get to grips with the deeper level of experience and excellent ringcraft of the defending 2-time champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next contest in ring B is the 247th bout in the elite men's and plus 92 kilograms super heavyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Azerbaijan, Rovshan Gadirov. Please welcome firstly into the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Nurlan Saparbey.
So making his way over to the red corner is Nurlan Saparbey.
And his opponent in the blue corner, representing IBA Pro,
Kazakh boxing team.
Ramazan
And a bye in the round of 32. So this is his first contest
Your
in the
judges
super
from
heavyweight
Bosnia
division.
and Herzegovina, Spain, Algeria, Kyrgyzstan, and the Kingdom of Saudi
For
Arabia.
the man from the Central Asian nation. His opponent in the blue corner is Iman Ramezanpour Delvar. Goes by Iman Ramezanpour, part of the IBA pro team. And here in ring B, in the round of 32, he prevailed in a terrific contest against his compatriot. The 30-year-old outscoring Amir Esmail Van Dijk on a 4-1 split. It was a hard-hitting affair. And again, here representing the IBA pro team, but Ramezanpour is from Iran. It was very much a case of the present in the form of Ramezanpour meeting the future.
Round one.
So this is action in the heaviest weight class of all here in IBA boxing. It is the super heavyweight division, 92 kilograms plus. And the boxers hail from Kazakhstan and the IBA pro team. The boxer wearing red is 28-year-old Nurlan Saparbay. In his first contest of the Dubai 2025, having received a bye in the round of 32. Extensive multinational experience in his belt, under his belt for the powerhouse nation of Kazakhstan. The southpaw who's looking to swarm his way forward is Iman Ramezanpour, 30 years of age, multiple national titles in his homeland, and the 2023 Asian Games quarter-finalist in Hangzhou. I was at the Hangzhou Gymnasium ringside to commentate on that tournament. He was a handful, and he is a handful for any opponent that he faces. Took a good right hand to the body just a few moments ago. So electing to operate behind low-held hands here now is Saparbay. Southpaw right-left in response to the flicking jab from the belt line of Saparbay. Finding himself in the corner against a heavy hitter, but backing his reflexes to dodge his way out of there and avoid the incoming fire. Solid right jab landed by Ramezanpour. Nice defense by moving the head by millimeters. Demonstrated by Saparbay. Good right hand from Saparbay, spearing his man to both body and head. Overhand left was a solid shot from Ramezanpour. There's the same shot once again. And he's getting to work with the lead southpaw right now. There's a nice right hand in response from Saparbay. Flicking right across to the scoring shot from Saparbay once again. Well, it appears as though the man from Kazakhstan has the edge in speed and reflex. He's looking to utilize and impose those qualities, but surely the man who can unload the heavier artillery is Iman Ramezanpour. Very good round of boxing between boxers with contrasting styles, but I think it's the speedster from Kazakhstan who has probably done enough to take this first round. Clean sweep of the cards for Nurlan Saparbhai. 10-9 scores returned for all 5 scoring judges.
Seconds out. Round 2.
A little bit of a late exit from the blue corner from the coaches of Ramezanpur. With the second round underway, he's conceded the first round unanimously. The man wearing red, Nurlan Saparbhai, just used tactics such as that. His speed of movement and reflex just allowing him to remain out of the harm's way for the most part, but perhaps more pertinently, with snapping punches such as that. What a counter right hand from off the ropes from Saparbhai. Lured his man in, hands down by his belt line, presenting the chin as a tempting open target, but when he sees Ramezanpur commit, able to just respond and turn over a right cross that came out as quick as a flash. So maybe a two-phase attack is the order of the day here for Ramezanpur, because the speed of reflex and counter-punching from Saparbhai gives him a real advantage in terms of evading the single phase of attack. There he just scored with some straight punches without reply, and look at the head movement while inviting pressure. It's a daring display being produced by Nurlan Saparbhai, but again, he's not trying this out here on the global stage for the first time. Given the qualities he possesses, this is the manner in which he chooses to box. It's always so thrilling to watch, especially in the super heavyweight division, as he gets through with another right cross without apply, and then a check left hook. Ramezanpur must feel as though he's surrounded, because he's having real difficulty catching the man from Kazakhstan cleanly. And in the meantime, these single pot shot successes are piling up the points. Very clever display being produced by Nurlan Saparbhai. And again, able to dodge and dart and slip out of the way of the incoming fire. Ramezanpur, maybe he would do well to forget the head and try and target the body. Here he takes a right hand to the body. Pecking right cross upstairs, not too far away from Saparbhai. There's a counter right hand from Ramezanpur, but against a man as elusive as this, surely on the inside, that's where you want to free those hands and just blast away. With hammer-fisted attacks downstairs, try to take the legs away from Saparbhai. So the second round in the book, one suspects it will be scored in the same way as the first, which was a clean sweep of the cards for Nurlan Saparbhai. Some terrific cameos during the course of that first round from Saparbhai. Counter right hand, absolutely exquisite. Made his man miss and then made him pay from the seeming confinement of the corner. Second round completed. Ramezanpur taking it
Seconds
for
out.
judge number 5. So a 4-1 split in favor of Saparbhai.
Your third and final round.
So we move into the third and final round. And Iman Ramezanpur conceded the first round unanimously. And look at that, willingly retreating to the corner and almost daring Ramezanpur to let his hands go. It's a high wire act that we're witnessing here up in the boxing ring because in this division more than any other, a single punch can do for your opponent, and Ramazanpour looking to turn this one into a brawl, just letting his hands go and letting shots land where they may, because single shot attacks are being dealt with comfortably by Saparbai. He's gone to the corner of his own volition once again, and he's looking for that same counter right hand that was so eye-catching in the second round. These are tactics that we usually associate with smaller boxers. Getting up close and personal once again is Ramazanpour. Now he's got to free those hands and just quarry away to the body at close range. Make it physical and uncomfortable for Saparbai. Right hand lead wasn't too far away for the man from Kazakhstan once again. He's just stealing a glance over the top rope to somebody in the crowd. Pressing his way forwards is Ramazanpour. But again, the corners appear to be a place of comfort for Saparbai. Again, just can't catch the man cleanly. Good head movement to dip beneath the incoming shot from Ramazanpour. Oh, plenty of encouragement coming from Ramazanpour's corner. Easier said than done to try and tag this man. Counter right hand is unfurled once again. Ramazanpour pressed his way through it, rendering it an inaccurate shot, but couldn't make the man pay. And again, Ramazanpour, you really have to credit the manner in which he's trying to take it to Saparbai, but look at that, left hand to the body, right hand through the middle as Saparbai has turned southpaw now. Presenting a different look, a different set of angles to Ramazanpour, and making it an all southpaw affair for the remaining seconds of this contest. The backhand against the southpaw is always such a trusty weapon. Demonstrated it beautifully in the second round, but then with around 30 seconds to go, Saparbai electing to turn southpaw. And he had immediate success with it. A mouthpiece has been dislodged, and I think it's that of Ramazanpour. So closing seconds of the third and final round, and a corkscrew right hand out of the southpaw stance, just grazing the chin of a man, Ramazanpour. And I think it will be Nurlan Saparbai who will be going through to the quarter-final stage. This man really gave it everything in the third and final round, looked to make it a little rough, looked to take it to his opponent and tag him wherever he may. But Saparbai always finding an escape route and always finding a counter. And again, it's as though he was laying a trap, because he went to the ropes of his own accord. A very good display indeed. And one suspects you're about to hear a unanimous point decision verdict in favor of the man in red.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by split decision. In the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Nurlan Saparbai.
So Nurlan Saparbai, a 4-1 split decision winner, because the final round scored unanimously, and of course it was a 4-1 split in the second round. And so for judge number 5, 2 consecutive rounds scored in favor of Ramazanpour. And so it's a 4-1 split decision verdict in favor of the man from Kazakhstan. Very impressive performance to open his account here at Dubai 2025. He's through to the quarterfinal stage, at least $10,000 US richer. And Nurlan Saparbai with a very impressive performance of switch hitting and patient counter punching.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, we now enter bout number 248 in the elite men plus 92 kilogram super heavyweight division. Introducing first your referee from Russia, Sergei Zhurkin. Please welcome firstly into the red corner representing Tajikistan, Mohammad Abraridinov. And his opponent in the blue corner representing Armenia, David Chaloyan. Your judges
so over
for
to
this
the red
bout
corner
is as follows: Zimbabwe,
Tajikistan's
Cuba,
Mohammad
Kazakhstan,
Abraridinov.
Iraq, and Moldova.
Part of a 13-strong Tajikistan boxing team. In a round of 32 here, over in ring A, he beat Alexander Kasimov of Germany via a unanimous decision. In the opposite corner, 28-year-old David Chaloyan, World Championship silver medalist in the edition in Belgrade back in 2021.
Round one.
So this is action in the 92 kilogram heavyweight division, and it's a contest between boxers from Tajikistan and Armenia. Boxer wearing red is the towering figure of Mohammad Abraridinov, 25 years of age. It must be something of a new experience for the man wearing blue, David Chaloyan, to be looking up, because he stands at around 6 feet 5 inches tall. Tournament number 4 seed Chaloyan received a bye in the round of 32. It's the second bout of the tournament for Abraridinov after a unanimous point decision win over the man from Germany over in ring A earlier in the tournament. Left-right combination not too far away from Abraridinov. Oh, that's a solid right hand landed by David Chaloyan over the rather low lead left of Abraridinov. Closed the gap on quick feet and then launched that right cross over the top. There's the same shot once again, in this one disrupted the boxing stance of Abraridinov. Still coming forward purposefully, but raiding attacks being launched by the soldier from the Armenian military, David Chaloyan. Touching his man to the body, looking to bomb away upstairs to the head. Counter left jab is a scoring shot from Chaloyan. And then brings a check left hand into play as he spun off the line afterwards. Looking for the same right hand once again. He seemed to just catch Abraridinov around the ear. Tucking up behind the shoulder is Chaloyan, now bringing a left hook into play. Oh, that's a good right hand to the body, and it just caused Abraridinov to open his mouth a little bit. Continuing to probe the body with a jab downstairs is Chaloyan, but that was a tremendous straight right into the solar plexus from Chaloyan. Abraridinov doing a good job disguising his comfort. Chaloyan not getting greedy. Doesn't want to walk onto something from the heavy hands of the man from Tajikistan. Chaloyan with a very clever display in this opening round. one that I suspect he has taken across the board. Good use of the right hand, the right cross over the top, and then there was a really eye-catching straight right hand into the body. It's just caused a little bit of a stop in the stance of Mohamed Abrouridinov. But there's the right hand over the top, and when he landed this soft shot of that type of quality for the second time in the round, it spun Abrouridinov around in his stance. That shot right there. And there was the body shot and the little reaction that ensued.
Seconds out.
So a clean sweep of the cards for David Chalayan.
Round 2.
So what can Mohamed Abrouridinov do differently? Because Chalayan is utilizing sticking and moving to very good effect. Abrouridinov getting a little bit closer. Mentioned the fact that it must be something of a rare occurrence for him to be looking upwards. Good work to the body once again. But he's not fazed by that, and he's demonstrating terrific footwork to maintain a gap between himself and his taller, dare I say, bigger opponent. No weights announced, of course, for super heavyweight boxers. There's no weight limit for them to observe. If you believe the tail of your eyes, because it won't be announced on the tail of the tape, the man in red appears to be a heavier boxer and athlete, a really solid citizen. Here's the man from Tajikistan, and again he's so big that he's making Chalayan look comparatively diminutive. But he not fazed by that, and he's using good movements to make it a very difficult task indeed for Abrouridinov to land with any significant punches. Exchange of jabs during that coming together. Keeping it going with a two-phase attack with a final right cross did get through was Chalayan. So he's continuing to press with Abrouridinov, but can he get any more speed into those legs? Because coming forward at this pace, you see, it's easy for Chalayan to deal with. Now, speed is a quality that can dissipate if energy levels are reduced, but Chalayan appearing incredibly comfortable through this portion of the contest. What can Abrouridinov do to make him uncomfortable, to take him out of his flow state? He's remaining committed to the task, but can he quicken up those feet anymore? It's an awful lot of bulk to move around the boxing ring, and Chalayan, an athletic super heavyweight. There's a good right hand from, oh my goodness! Wow, let's hope that both boxers are okay, because that was like something from the world of entertainment wrestling. You get a man this size falling on top of you, you're going to know about it. But thankfully, no harm appears to have been done, and the boxing match can resume. But he did get closer with a right hand just a few moments ago. But Abrouridinov has got to be more consistent with his pressure. He's got to try and quicken up those feet. And Chalayan showing that he is not going to be out-muscled in the rough house tactics on the inside. Second round in the book, and I think it's going to be another one scored in favor of the man in blue. Some of the action from the second round.
Seconds out.
So a 4-1 split. Judge number 4 preferring the work of Aburadinov in the second round.
Your third and final round.
So 3 minutes remain in this super heavyweight round of 16 contest. The winner through to the quarterfinals and the minimum prize thereafter of $10,000 US. Mohamed Aburadinov comes to the ring as a 2022 Asian senior bronze medalist up at super heavyweight. The same year he took under 22 silver, so the talented 25-year-old has long since been one of the best super heavies on the continent. But here on the global stage, he's come up against one of the very best in the world, David Chalayan, looking for a return to the podium after that magnificent run to the final where he lost against the Russian boxer in a real thrilling contest at what was then the Stark Arena in Belgrade. It's now the Belgrade Arena. Now Chalayan can afford to get on his bike, keep the movement going, and make this an even more difficult mission for Mohamed Aburadinov, because he needs to close the gap and he needs to land solidly. He's doing a good job, because this is not running from Chalayan, just punctuating the movement with those jabs to both body and head, because in the event that he did just disengage and circumnavigate the boxing ring at a rapid clip, well, the referee would call stop and instruct him to box. But you see, just these occasional jabs are enough to keep the referee happy, and it allows the clock to tick down. Also posing something of a threat in the direction of Aburadinov, so he can't just run after his man recklessly, because he might well walk onto something. But 2 minutes gone and Aburadinov running out of time. You can see him desperately trying to quicken his feet in pursuit of Chalayan. So bout management mode very much activated for David Chalayan. And again, these jabs to the body, just looking to continue to slow down a man who's looking to increase his foot speed here. Bringing the jab up to the head, and this has been a wonderful display. The jab, the most important punch in boxing for my money, and Chalayan utilizing it effectively here in the course of this round. He's keeping himself out of harm's way, ensuring that he doesn't run onto a slashing punch or an elbow. There's a straight right hand to the body, and this has been a masterful performance in the third round. Aburadinov, his exertions audible as he grunts while letting the punches go, but ensuring that he would not be touched in the final round is David Chalayan, and he will be going through to the quarterfinal stage. Mohamed Aburadinov never stopped pressing, never stopped trying to produce the combination or finishing shot that he required, but he found David Chalayan in really athletic, mobile mood here tonight, and the man from Armenia did an outstanding job keeping the movement going and ensuring that he was able to hit more often than not without reply. Let's head up to center ring and get the official particulars after the conclusion of that super heavyweight contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, on ring B, your winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Armenia, David Chalayan.
So there is confirmation of a unanimous points decision victory for the tournament number 4 seed, David Chalayan, through to the quarter-final stage in the super heavyweight division. And there he will face off against Kazakhstan's Nurlan Saparbai. What a contest that promises to be between two fast-twitch athletic super heavyweights. Mohamed Aburadinov, 2022 two-time Asian Continental medalist, gave it everything he had but simply could not catch up to David Chalayan on a consistent basis. But he's still only 25 years of age, a baby in super heavyweight terms, and this experience on a global stage will prove invaluable. His contest comes to an end in the round of 16 after beating Alexander Kasimov in a round of 32, but it's Chalayan, the tournament number 4 seed, who progresses. So that concludes this 9th session of boxing. Here's a look at the results that have taken place across the card tonight from the 67 kilogram welterweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight and super heavyweight divisions. We'll be back for the 10th session in just under an hour's time. We'll be back at the top of the hour, 9 p.m. local time, for session 10B here from the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Center. So make sure you join us for that. Thanks for staying with us, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.